Today I'm going to try something a little bit different. This is me on my scooter. This is my front door. And I'm now going to turn around in the space between the cars. That was my old back door. And if you can see Gigi, he's sitting in the window, very upset with me because I'm not taking him with me today. Oops, a daisy. One-handed reversing is not my forte. Anyway, that house there is where Gigi used to live, and that's where, this is the street where I live. But when you can see it, it goes downhill all the way down there, but the way I am going is this way. Whoops. I'm not a very good driver with one hand. I've decided. Sorry if I'm making you a bit giddy. I'm going to go up this way, because if I go that way, it's a great big downhill followed by an uphill. And this is the house where my good friend Julie lives, the one with the gorgeous conservatory. And the guy that went past is just going to deliver a leaflet through my front door, which is greatly going to upset Gigi. We've now got a big van coming down. You can see him. No idea who he is. That's the beauty of living on the street. You don't know who your neighbours are, because as you can see, they change very often. That house is sold, and so is the one further along. We've now got another house. This is a trailer, obviously picking up a car from somewhere. We've got another house that's sold. This is what I'm now going downhill. This is more of a long gradient rather than the other hill, which would have been very, very steep. But as you can see at the bottom, sorry if the noise of the scooter is drowning me out of it, but I don't let it go full throttle, because otherwise I'll be scooting down the hill faster than I want to go. And this is the street that I would have come out of, and that's another very big house there. They bought two houses and knocked them into one. This is where I'm going uphill now. Up the hill I go. I'm going to the post office, by the way. There's a parcel in the basket at the front. If you remember, I love the way it says slow. I mean, I've got no other choice, have I, than to go slow. That's one of the streets called Church Drive. My auntie used to live on there a long time ago. This is a building supplies in there. And we've got some new flats or apartments or whatever you would like to call them there. And those two houses used to belong to the old co-op. Stop a minute while I get my bearings. That's the back alley that I used to walk down with Buster when I was able to walk. It's very overgrown now, I don't know why. Perhaps not many people are using it anymore. And there is there's a yard that's got a warehouse for discount furniture. It's got a place that makes metal gates and things like that. And there is another place that does yoga, I think, in different places like that. It's called a bank house. And I'm still going up here, with the van going past the top. I have to make sure that there's nobody coming down here or up here, because as you can see, it's quite narrow. And if you get somebody coming the opposite way, it's a little bit scary. And I can hear somebody coming, but they're not with me at the minute. Right, where I'm going to is actually to the post office, so you're having to come with me. There's a little dog. Hope he's not on his own. I don't think he is. I think he's with his owner somewhere. That's another street that goes that way, and another street that goes that way. But I'm going this way. Oh, this is so great, isn't it? These are what I call terrace houses. I grew up in a terrace house, but these are bigger than the ones that I grew up in. Yeah, the one I grew up in was much smaller. But this is what we mean when we say a 2-up, 2-downer, or a house, or a small terrace. That's what we say. And then we've got the main road up there, which I'm travelling towards. Little car park next to the bank. And I'm going up the hill. That's our chip shop, called The Place. Rather a good name for a chip shop, isn't it? There's the bank, NatWest Bank. That's one of them anyway. This is what we call the village. It's going to get noisy here, I'm sorry, but it is. We've got a Costa, we don't have a Starbucks. And that's the White Horse, otherwise known as the Donkey. Thank you. I'm trying hard not to mow anybody over. As you can hear, it's a bit noisy on the village here. Got a farm fruit, that's a frozen place. Village opticians. This is where it's going to get a little bit tricky. Shop that sells all ornaments and things, all oldie worldy stuff. Try to negotiate my way through the people at the bus stop. That's called Diva's Closet. They sell fashionable ladies' wear, obviously angels and things. But now we've got fat removal, skin tightening and cellular. Could do with popping in there. As you can see, it's very treacherous trying to go anywhere in my village. There we've got Marks and Spencer's. Marks and Spencer's food hall. It's quite an expensive food hall. And that's where I would go if I was going to my doctor's. I have to go this way because the dips in the pavement where I have to go down are never on the ends of the street. And now I'm going to have to wait here until I can go across the road. I'm not sure who's going first. Oh, they're going first. So I can't go across until they've all gone past. Oh, obviously the lights have changed, so I'm going to make a break for it. There's the Marks and Spencer's food hall. This is where my son used to go to, Riley's pool and snooker hall. I used to think I would love one of these big houses if ever I won the lottery, but as you can hear, the noise is tremendous, so I've changed my mind. I mean, we've got one for sale at the end here, but there's no way in the world I'm going to buy that one if I have the money. And then we cross the road, we've got Pets at Home. You see it past the bus. We've got Pets at Home. That's just opened, it used to be a carpet shop. And this is what, it's for sale now, it's the building. Big bus has stopped at the traffic lights. And there we've got a postman. That's what a British postman looks like. And here we are now. We've got a KFC up the road, if you can see it. And this is where I'm going to, which is the post office. And they look as though they're open today, so that's a good thing. I don't think anybody's coming across the roadway. Past the KFC is the Tesco that you hear me talking about. Because I'm not going there today. I shall drop you off at the post office. They've built some new houses there. Those are the older houses on the other side. And this is my post office. I'll have to close you off when I get to the post office. Oh, dearie me. They don't put the ramp in a very good place. And as you can see, the post office is very, very full. So it looks like I'm going to be here for quite some time. It's my own fault for coming at lunchtime. So this is my local post office. About 2 or 3 people on the counter and it's a huge queue. So I'm obviously going to be here for some time. So I'll say goodbye to you. There's all the parcels in the toilet. Showing you what kinds of boxes you can get. So I'm going to go now. Hope you enjoyed your little trip. Well, that was half an hour out of my life I'm not going to get back. Woohoo! Going backwards. This is one of our charity shops. That's the Cancer Research that sells clothes. That one there sells furniture. And this is what we would call going up the village. Not a very exciting place, as you can see. Oh yeah. This is another place that sells furniture. This is actually where I got my my sofa from. And then we've got Village Greens. That's organic shop, organic vegetables and that. And we've actually got an edible greens garden that you can pick things out of, but I don't know whether I'd fancy it because you don't know who's been breathing on it or whatever. And we have another charity shop. It's Berry Age Concern. We've got another. I don't often go in them because they don't have anything for fatties. That's the Halifax Building Society. And then this is where I usually go and get a sandwich from. This is the Pound Shop, Pound Bakery. And then we have another charity shop. This one is the Berry Hospice. They've got all their things out for Christmas ornaments and things. And then there's another. This is a Jewish charity shop. And then we have another one which is Headway, which is life after brain injury. We may not have any shops here that sell anything except the charity shops. We've got opticians, we've got a guy playing guitar. This is Iceland, they sell frozen foods. We've got budget savers. Get anything you like there. I get a lot of my you know, the boxes and things, the plastic boxes. They've got quite a good display. You can see. And I can show you. Why is it not? Oh, it's going there. Got a nice display of all kinds of things like that, which when I get my craft room sorted I shall be in. We've got the butchers. Pet's Own shop. We've got the Card Factory, which is right next door to the paper shop that also sells cards. Which is kind of a bit of a shame, really. Then we've got, that's the sweetie shop that sells cigarettes too. Then we've got the barber shop. Then we've got, that's the alleyway that leads to the car park. And now it's telling me my battery is running out, so I'm not going to be able to show you much more actually. We've got Betfred, of course, the betting shop. On this side we've got the library. Costa Coffee that you could see from the main road. Then we've got the fountain, which is kind of not working much at the moment. This horrible monstrosity cost the council I don't know how much money. And the woman won't let them, that sculpted it allegedly, won't let them pull it down. So that's it. And then we've got the paper shop that sells wallpaper, stuff like that. We've got another bank there, Barclays Bank. And then we've got the key cutters, the village cobbler. And up there we've got a couple of restaurants up there. A lot of flats up above it. So that's about it. I better shut off now before the battery goes completely. So this is what we've got. That's the taxi rank, and then that's the White Horse again. So bye for now.